What's up, folks? My name is Felix. Welcome back to this weekly update on Wolf Capital. We just reached a total investment amount of roughly 7.5 million, and the protocol is almost 4 months, or let's say 120 days old. And the clear goal of the team was to reach 0% Ponzinomics once we reach this 120-day mark. And we want to take a look in this video if they reach their goal, and if not, what might happen in the upcoming days, which changes could be implemented. At first, I want to start, as always, with the last trading week from the 5th to the 12th of June. There we can see that we had a profit of over 5%, which equals an amount of 250,000 US dollars. And this was some kind of a slow week. The last weeks were always over 10% in profits, and I like to see this slow week here, and this has some reasons which I now want to talk about. At first, of course, this is just a slow week compared to the last week's 5% outstanding returns in 1 week of trading, just to make that clear here. But I already mentioned that in my past videos. We now saw a slower week than the last ones. They probably will not reach their goal in the 120 days mark of 0% Ponzinomics, so little spoiler right here. And I wanted to see the behavior of the investors, how they would react on these results right here. Because if we jump over to this portfolio balance sheet, we can see that we are now sitting at 19% Ponzinomics. So roughly 1/5 of all the deposits are not covered by revenue currently if all investors would now claim their capital. So we are still reliable on new investors, on new capital. And why I like these results that much is, as I already said, because we can see the behavior of the investors. And as we saw in many other projects, if you see kind of a bad news week, there is FUD, there is investors which unstake their stakes, there is panic and all this stuff, and we didn't saw that in Wolf Capital, and that speaks for the fundamental value, for the health of this project. Of course, they had to move 50,000 to the contract balance today, but compared to the total investments and to the amount which they are trading with, this is nothing, and the contract balance has to be filled up to allow all of the investors to withdraw their profits or their stakes. So summarized, we had kinda bad news because of these trading results, but you should always compare it to the usual results in other projects, and therefore I think Wolf Capital did very well. And I'm excited to hear what they will say in their weekly AMA on Thursday on how they will move forward, because as I already mentioned in the beginning, their goal clearly was to bring the Ponzinomics down to 0%. Now we are sitting at roughly 20%, 19 to 20%. And most likely, if we jump over to the DApp, is that the daily percentage here, these up to 1.5%, will be reduced. On how far they will be reduced, that completely depends on how confident the team feels to fill this gap in the upcoming weeks. Probably it will be around 1% or maybe 1.2%. Let's see what they announce in Thursday's AMA. But this is just for the health of the project, so no reason to be concerned at all. It's just necessary to fill this gap, to make this project not reliable on new deposits anymore. Because there is quite some time until the new products are released, the Wolfbet Casino, which will bring a lot of revenue. It might take up a few months, so probably there have to be changes very soon to the daily rewards, especially if we take a look on the market. Market is very volatile and will be very volatile this week. Maybe Trav is able to fill this gap within this week. We have seen outstanding returns over the last weeks, but yeah, we will probably hear it in the AMA on Thursday. Now for the last part of the video, I as always want to jump into the Dune statistics and compare them to my last video. As we can see, the average ROI rose by 4%. We saw over 170 new wallets in these last 7 days. So 170 new investors, potential new investors, which put their USDC into the Wolf Capital project. And there is still no sign of slowing down. As we can see here, we still have daily deposits in average over 100K and new wallets. On the 11th of June, we just had 12 new wallets, but in almost every other day, we had between 20 and 30 new wallets. Our daily net balance still looks good as well. We can see we have a slower day today, but the last days were all green. We had a day with almost 2,000 and a day with minus 12,000, but compared what is deposited in the project, these are very small numbers. The last thing I wanted to show you are the top wallets, because we always have to pay attention what the top wallets are doing, and those are claiming the ROI on average is higher than the overall average ROI, and we not see those bigger wallets redepositing in an exponential way, which is also very healthy. And that should already do it for today's Wolf Capital update. As I mentioned, there will probably be some changes to the daily rewards, which will be announced in Thursday's AMA. So you might want to get into their Telegram and listen to that AMA. It will probably take place at 7 p.m. UTC. Let's see what they announce over there. And if you don't want to miss future update videos on Wolf Capital, you might want to subscribe to my channel. I bring those updates on Wolf Capital and other DeFi projects almost on a daily basis. If you like today's update, would be great if you can hit the like button. Thanks for watching, and let's get this crypto.